Introduction. Let's kiki. Hi, fam. Welcome to your new favorite guide on the keto diet that will help you live your best healthy life without cravings and unrealistic food plans. We shall not live by kale alone, peeps. Now, there's no reason for continued beef with your inner fat kid, as the keto diet will leave them jumping for joy while you still slay in those skinny jeans. So, what can you expect from this absolute unit of a guide? Well, for starters, you will get a full explanation of what the keto diet is and how it works in your body. It's going to get a little sciencey up in here. You'll also get the lowdown on why keto slaps for not just general health, but for chronic conditions. Thereafter, you'll get a full step-by-step Bible on how you can start your keto diet and get that glow up you deserve. This guide doesn't pull any punches, so you'll also be schooled on the potential risks of the keto diet and how to avoid them. Lastly, as no keto guide is complete without dank recipes, you'll also receive some simple, tasty meals to start your journey. While we are high-key in love with the keto diet, it's important to note that it's not a one-size-fits-all, and some conditions may mean that it's not the best option for you. This will be covered in detail in the chapter that outlines the risks, but we suggest that you hit up your doctor if you have any chronic conditions before starting the keto diet, as your health and safety should always come first. No cap. All facts are backed by nerds in labs, and this guide has not used any information that is sus or anecdotal. No stories from friends, cousins, dentist here. So, if you and your inner fat kid are ready, yeet those insecurities and cabbage-only diets into the trash and prepare to become the ultimate snack. Chapter 1. The 411 on Keto Diets. What is a keto diet? So, real talk. What is a ketogenic or keto diet? A keto diet is a low-carbohydrate, less than 50 grams per day, high-fat diet that causes the body to use energy differently in a process called ketosis. Ketosis is a whole vibe, as it causes your body to become super efficient at burning fat for energy. Why this is important is due to the fact that carbohydrates are the usual fuel that your body uses to produce energy, so your body only burns a small amount of fat under normal circumstances, which is why it normally takes forever to ghost those fat rolls. Therefore, what happens after several days of renouncing those carbs or fasting? Not eating does the same thing, go figure, is that the body's standard energy reserves, which consist of molecules called glucose, are no longer sufficient for the body's energy system to supply the central nervous system, your brain and nerves. To overcome this, through some complicated biological processes which result in an excess of a molecule called acetyl-CoA, yeah, a mouthful, we know, the body produces ketone bodies, which your central nervous system can use for energy. In a nutshell, a keto diet means sacrificing your bread, pasta, potatoes, and other carby foods, and increasing your fats. We're looking at you, cheese and avocado, to burn fat quicker. Interestingly enough, for those history buffs among you, the keto diet was actually initially researched and used to treat childhood epilepsy in the 1920s, and the weight loss and fat-burning effects were only recognized around 1972 when the Atkins diet entered the diet scene. This caused the advent of similar carb-restricting diets, such as the Last Chance diet, the OptiFast diet, and finally, the rise of the keto diet on public platforms like the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, which helped to spread it even further. Types of keto diet. It may come as a surprise that there are actually many different types of keto diets, Color me shook. The low level of carbs is always the same to ensure ketosis takes place, but the emphasis on other food groups changes in order to meet certain tastes or wants, or needs in the case of those with chronic conditions. The standard keto diet. This is the standard, but by no means basic, version of the keto diet, where 75% of calories come from fat, 20% come from protein, and only 5% come from carbs. Say goodbye to those pastas. This is the most common keto diet, but due to the high level of fat, changes in blood sugar, and potential for rapid weight loss, it is not recommended for those with type 1 diabetes, those suffering from or prone to kidney stones, or pregnant people. It takes a lot of energy and protein to grow little humans. The high-protein keto diet. This version increases the protein ratio of the diet, with 65% of calories coming from fat, 30% coming from protein, and, as usual, 5% coming from carbs. This is generally a very popular choice for gym bros and bunnies, as it helps maintain muscle, and in the case of bodybuilders, still allows them to see muscle gains, which can be difficult on the standard keto diet. It is also a good choice for older people, looking at you, boomers, who need to avoid a decrease in muscle mass. For those suffering from kidney problems, this version of the keto diet should definitely be avoided, as high levels of protein can put a strain on kidneys that aren't completely healthy. The targeted keto diet. This type of keto diet is specifically for the gym bros. It consists of the standard ratios of carbs, fats, and protein until 30 to 45 minutes before exercise, when you eat 25 grams of carbs. The theory behind this is that you'll have enough ready energy from the carbs to fuel your workout and subsequently use up, so you can easily slip back into ketosis once you've finished. Before you stand this type of keto diet, it's important to note that for this to be an effective choice, the workouts that you do have to be frequent, high-intensity exercises. So, if you're showing off your athleisure and hitting the treadmill for a stroll a few times a week, this isn't going to give you the results that you want. If you do decide to go all in on this type of keto diet, it's recommended that you follow the standard keto diet for a month or two beforehand, as your body will become used to burning fat for energy, called keto adaptive for the know-it-alls. So having the carbs before a workout won't throw you out of ketosis as easily. The cyclical keto diet. Keto cycling. Similar to the targeted keto diet, this is a common choice for those that hit the gym frequently. Get on with your bad self. This version involves cycling in and out of the keto diet, staying on the diet for 5 days, and then having 2 days with more carbs. Rinse and repeat. It is also touted as the best option for those that have problems sticking to the keto diet 100% of the time. Mad cravings for garlic bread can be tough, I get you. When following this type of keto diet, it's important not to use these days as an excuse to go on a carb binge, as this will slow down results and possible benefits. As with the targeted keto diet, it is recommended that you follow the standard keto diet for a month or two beforehand for best results. The calorie-restricted keto diet. For all those overachievers out there, we see you, sis. The calorie-restricted keto diet includes counting calories to keep them below a certain threshold, in addition to keeping your macronutrients, like carbs, protein, and fat, within the standard keto ratios. The set amount of calories that one needs per day is usually calculated according to your height, age, gender, weight, level of activity, and desired weight. This type of keto diet is often popular with those that are emphasizing weight loss as their primary reason for the diet, as calorie counting has shown to be a very effective tool for weight loss and can therefore enhance the weight loss and fat-burning effects of the standard keto diet. Care should be taken not to set an unrealistic limit for daily calories, as this can lead to nutrient deficiencies, organ damage, and complications arising from rapid weight loss and/or malnutrition. Big yikes. The lazy keto diet. This option, as its name suggests, is the least amount of effort, as it only requires you to count the carbs and ensure that it is under 50 grams per day. With this version of the keto diet, you can own that couch potato vibe and still see similar results, as long as you don't go too crazy with the protein and stay within the carbohydrate parameters. As with the standard keto diet, pregnant individuals, those with type 1 diabetes, those prone to hypoglycemia, and those with chronic kidney issues should avoid this diet. It's important to note that this is not an excuse to kind of follow the keto diet, as simply increasing the fats in your diet without greatly reducing your carbs can lead to weight gain and high cholesterol. And nobody got time for that. The Mediterranean keto diet. One of the more heart-healthy versions of the keto diet, the Mediterranean version includes the usual keto ratios, but also places emphasis on the quality and source of fats that you consume. Some fat is actually seriously sus, but more on that later. In particular, this version recommends Mediterranean sources of fats, such as olive oil, olives, avocados, and fatty fish. More specifically, this diet promotes the consumption of monounsaturated fats, mostly from plant-based sources. These fats assist in increasing good cholesterol, high-density lipoproteins, or HDL for short, which in turn reduces bad cholesterol, low-density lipoproteins, or LDL for short, thus improving and protecting the health of your heart and blood vessels. This is also one of the versions of the keto diet that experts are high-key promoting as healthier in the long term, as it promotes non-processed food and foods that are high in nutrients. As a result, most people would be safe with this version of the diet. The Keto 2.0 diet. Along the same lines as the previously mentioned Mediterranean diet, many people found the original keto diet was difficult to stick to for long periods of time and was too limiting in the variety of foods allowed. I know my feelings on sweet potato being canceled on this diet. As a result, some smart people decided to create an altered version of the diet with slightly different ratios, namely that 50% of calories should come from fat, 30% from protein, and 20% from carbs. It also allows a wider range of fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains. Yes, for greater flavor. Additionally, seafood and lean meats are also promoted, which helps to diversify the protein choices and encourages less consumption of animal-based fat that might promote increased bad cholesterol. So now for the bad news. Due to the increased ratio of carbs, this doesn't technically qualify as keto, as your body will no longer be in a ketosis state. As a result, there is little evidence to show whether Keto 2.0 will assist in weight loss or not. Sorry, fam. This is often recommended to those that would like a transitory diet between a high-carb diet and a keto diet, as it is easier to adjust to, or for those that struggle to stick with the keto diet for the long term. The dirty keto diet. Crowned the most extra of all the keto diets, the dirty version has the same ratios as the standard keto diet, but has no limits on where you get your macros from. You can say, Miss me with those almonds and olive oil, and go straight to those tasty bacon bits, patties draped with cheddar cheese, and pork rinds. This is often the go-to version for those that are on the go and tend to have limited time for food preparation. While getting dirty with those tasty processed foods may sound fun, it's certainly not without risks when done in the long term, as it can cause deficiencies, malnutrition, high cholesterol, and even increase your blood pressure from all the salt. Being salty literally affects your heart. Those with diabetes, high cholesterol, and cardiovascular conditions should do their best to avoid this version. The clean keto diet. Doing a full 180 degrees from the dirty keto diet, we have the clean keto diet, which is the goody two-shoes of the bunch. Once again, the macro ratios are the same as the standard keto diet, but in this case, the quality and source of the ingredients are emphasized. Therefore, this version recommends the healthiest versions of your macros, including foods that are high in nutrients, fresh, organic, and not overly processed or high in items such as trans fat and salt. This version also usually emphasizes the consumption of whole plant foods. This will suit anyone who is health conscious and concerned about the potential risks that usually come with the standard or dirty version of the keto diet, as the focus on the healthiest versions of the sources of your macros may help to reduce these risks. The only consideration for this type of keto diet is that it is likely to come with a big price tag. Bougie diets need guap, fam. MCT keto diet. The last and likely little heard of keto diet, outside of those suffering from epilepsy, is the MCT keto diet. Like most of the others, this version keeps the same ratios as the standard keto diet, but it focuses on using medium-chain triglycerides, hence the MCT, as the largest source of fat. These sciencey names are getting real, fam. The idea behind this is that, since MCTs provide higher numbers of ketones per gram of fat than long-chain triglycerides, they might allow people to eat higher ratios of carbohydrates and protein without falling out of ketosis. Sources that are high in MCTs are palm kernel oil and coconut oil, but they are also present in butter, milk, yogurt, and cheese. When MCTs are consumed to the exclusion of other triglycerides, it may cause diarrhea and stomach issues, so it's best consumed in combination. This version also has little evidence on whether it is effective for balancing blood sugars or for weight loss, so it is usually used solely for the purpose of controlling epilepsy. I'll be honest, homies. This one should only really be used in conjunction with your doc's treatment of epilepsy, so don't try this one at home. Now that you've been schooled on all the different types of keto diets, if you found a type that you think is Gucci but aren't sure how to get started, don't trip. We've got you covered in the later chapters, when we give you the lowdown on how to begin this keto journey. Chapter 2. Why Keto Diets Are Lit. So, now that you know what's up, why should you consider a keto diet? This chapter covers the full list of reasons why the keto diet is doing the most. To back up this flex, we've got some fire scientific studies to share, so get ready for the hype. Weight loss and maintenance. Weight loss is often the primary reason that people are drawn to the keto diet. That feeling when your jeans are that bit looser, am I right? With strong evidence from multiple scientific studies, it's easy to see why. What has been less clear within the scientific communities is the exact mechanism behind the weight loss. In fact, a tribe of researchers has stated that the weight loss attributed to keto diets is purely from a coincidental reduction in calories and the fact that higher levels of protein make you feel fuller for longer. They concluded that the exclusion of carbohydrates plays no role whatsoever in the mechanism of weight loss. You can be sure that some hands were thrown with this opinion. A large part of this opinion is the first law of thermodynamics. Stay with me here, which constitutes the law of conservation of energy that states that energy can't be created or destroyed, but can only change forms. It is this law that has been instrumental in opinions on weight loss over the last century. This law is also partially responsible for the U.S. Department of Agriculture holding the stance that any diet that reduces calories will ensure weight loss, and that the macronutrient ratios are completely irrelevant. In a polite clapback, other scientists have said that there is in fact an advantage, metabolically speaking. Several studies have shown that those on keto diets actually lose more weight, as much as 10 pounds in one study, in addition to burning more fat in the first 3 to 6 months than those with more balanced diets. One theory is that using proteins as an energy source requires a greater amount of energy to burn, and thus the amount of calories used is more than in conventional diets. Sadly, there isn't any concrete evidence to support this particular study at this point in time. Another hypothesis is that the weight loss comes as a result of the suppression of appetite that occurs with ketosis through the direct action of ketone bodies and a change in the levels of hunger hormones such as ghrelin, which tells you when you are hungry, and leptin, which tells you when you are full. The most commonly held beliefs as to the keto diet's mechanism for weight loss is a combination of these effects, which can be summarized as: the keto diet reduces your appetite due to feeling fuller when eating protein, balancing the hunger hormones and a potential direct effect from ketone bodies in the body. It reduces the creation of fat in the body from dietary fatty acids and increases the breakdown of fats. It reduces your basal metabolic rate and allows greater efficiency in metabolizing fats. Converting protein food sources into energy has a higher metabolic cost and thus burns more calories. Regardless of the reason, multiple studies have demonstrated that the keto diet is the GOAT where weight loss is concerned. So, if you're looking to get your glow up on with some new outfits, get hyped for your new diet of choice. Blood sugar management and type 2 diabetes. To give yet more reasons why the keto diet has some major clout as a healthy diet choice, it has also been shown to assist those with type 2 diabetes, T2D, in managing their condition. For those that don't have diabetes, don't worry, my G. It also helps regulate your blood sugar and maintain good insulin sensitivity, a major part of living your best healthy life. Firstly, what is type 2 diabetes? This is a chronic, long-term, unlike a cold or tummy bug condition, that changes the way the body deals with blood sugar, also known as glucose. A special hormone called insulin is responsible for allowing your blood sugar to enter your cells, thereby allowing your body to use this blood sugar for energy. In those with T2D, the body either resists insulin, like you resist that salty X, or simply doesn't produce enough insulin. What this means is that the blood glucose is just chilling in your bloodstream instead of providing energy to your body like it should, because there isn't enough insulin to help it enter your cells. High blood sugar can lead to disorders and damage to your circulatory, blood and heart, nervous, brain and spine, and immune system, which protects you from disease. Some people have to take medicine to assist them with this, while others need to inject themselves with insulin in more severe cases. So, the great news is that the keto diet can help those with T2D to more effectively manage their blood sugar, and help those without T2D to regulate and potentially prevent the development of T2D. Multiple scientific studies have found that the keto diet helps to improve glycemic blood sugar control, lower average circulating blood sugar, also known as hemoglobin A1C, increase insulin sensitivity, which determines how effectively your body uses blood sugar, and improve symptomatic and objective biomarkers, factors by which conditions can be identified, of disease, particularly in regards to those suffering from T2D. Another part of this improvement comes from the aforementioned effect of weight loss, as it has been found that obesity negatively impacts T2D and even works toward reducing your insulin sensitivity. Weight management is usually a large part of the treatment of T2D. For those that don't suffer from T2D, all of the above factors mean that your blood sugar is better controlled, and this helps you to avoid developing diabetes and associated problems with poor glycemic control. For those of you with T2D, the keto diet is a hella effective way of helping you to manage your condition in a tasty way. It's important to note that those with type 1 diabetes should not start a keto diet without the express say-so of their doctor, as type 1 tends to differ sufficiently from type 2. This might mean that keto could hit differently in a not-so-great or safe way, depending on your particular situation and treatment plan. Safety first, kids. Cardiovascular health. Cardiovascular health is something that should high-key be a priority for people of all ages. Not only does good cardiovascular health prevent deadly heart disease, the leading cause of death in America, but it can reduce stress levels, increase energy, improve digestion, and sleep. Yes, Queen, gimme some of that. Another big win for the keto diet is that it helps improve and maintain good cardiovascular health in a few different ways. Several studies have found that the keto diet reduces total cholesterol and blood triglyceride while increasing the level of high-density lipoproteins, or HDLs, good fats, in your blood, which works to remove the bad fats in your body. Keto has also been shown to reduce the size of low-density lipoproteins, or LDLs, bad fats. This is a good thing because the smaller the LDLs, the more likely they are to form abnormal fatty masses in your arterial blood vessel walls, and this is definitely something you want to avoid. It should be noted that keto's positive effects on cholesterol is only true in those versions of keto diets in which unsaturated fats and plant-based sources of fat, looking at you, Avo, are emphasized, and saturated and trans fat through animal sources are limited. The reason you should be jumping for joy for lower overall cholesterol and higher good cholesterol is that bad cholesterol can form fatty deposits called plaques in your blood vessels, which makes it difficult for your blood to flow through them. It can also cause your blood vessels to become stiffer and less flexible, which puts more strain on your heart. High levels of plaques can damage your arteries, increase your chances of heart disease, and give you a higher risk of stroke or heart attack, where an artery to the brain or heart becomes blocked. Other studies have found that keto works toward lowering your blood pressure due to the aforementioned reduction in body fat and overall weight. Many studies have proven the correlation between obesity and hypertension, in addition to showing the correlation between losing weight and a lowered blood pressure as a result. Here, too, it should be noted that keto diets high in salt will likely be less effective or even negate the positive effect on blood pressure, as salt has a vastly negative effect on blood pressure. Being salty is also bad for your blood pressure. Who knew? Promoting healthy skin and acne management. Miss me with the pain and drama of pimples and bad skin. Most of us feel the same way, but unfortunately for some, acne is a fact of life, and it is not too easily avoided with only expensive creams and potions at hand. Once again, the keto diet comes galloping to the rescue, as it's been found to have a positive effect on those pesky pimples. While hard evidence is still emerging as further trials and scientific inquiries are being made, it has been found that diets with a low glycemic index, GI, are generally beneficial to those with acne. The glycemic index is a system for rating foods that have carbohydrates in them and displays how swiftly food influences your blood sugar level when it is eaten. High GI foods include refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, potatoes, white rice, and sugar. All the good stuff. Low GI includes a wide range of foods that include some fruit and vegetables, pulses, and whole grains. As keto diets often have a low GI due to the lack of carbohydrates, they can certainly qualify as beneficial to those with acne, provided that they also mostly avoid processed meats, such as bacon and sausages. Interestingly, the keto diet's effect on insulin is also thought to play a role in the diet's positive impact on acne, as it can influence the factors that contribute to its development, including inflammation in the body, which keto has shown to significantly reduce. For those of you who don't have acne, but would like a major glow-up in the skin department, you're in luck. As the keto diet reduces overall inflammation in the body and eliminates the consumption of sugar, oxidative stress, when there are too many free radicals that damage healthy cells, will decrease, and in turn, will slow down the skin's aging process. To enhance the benefit of the keto diet for your skin, it's recommended that you consume healthy omegas. Eat your fish, y'all, and unsaturated fats, while avoiding saturated and trans fats. Good fats, particularly omega-3s and 6s, are the building blocks for healthy skin membranes, as they assist in keeping the skin hydrated, giving a helping hand in producing the skin's natural oil barrier, and maintaining a plump, youthful appearance. Saturated fats, on the other hand, increase inflammation in the body, which contributes to breakouts and acne. You heard it here first. Keto diet plus good fats equals the ultimate skin glow-up. Neuroprotective effects and epilepsy. Sheesh! Do the virtues of the keto diet ever end? Next up, we're exploring the neuroprotective effects of keto and how this helps those with epilepsy and other neurological and neurodegenerative disorders. First off, what on earth is neuroprotective, and why should you care? If something is neuroprotective, all it means is that it serves to protect nerve cells against nasty things like degeneration, damage, or impairment, such that these cells can no longer function effectively. Why this is a great flex for the keto diet is because your nerves are literally the OG of body parts, as they form a part of your body's center of command, allowing your brain to communicate to various parts of the body and your body's systems with each other. Not only are they important for communication, but they are also central to the workings of your brain, including your thoughts and memories, physical movement and balance, the processing of and reaction to your external senses, and automatic processes such as breathing, healing, and digestion, among other important functions. When these important body parts degenerate, get damaged, or become impaired in some way, it can result in disorders and conditions such as epilepsy, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and dementia, all of which can greatly affect your way of life. So, how does keto help with all this? As with other entries in this chapter, Many scientific studies have demonstrated that the keto diet provides neuroprotection and thus has advantageous effects on various neurological disorders. However, scientists are still unsure as to the exact mechanics behind it. They do believe that the greater energy reserves provided to the brain by ketone bodies, which are more effective fuel for the central nervous system, might give our nerves a better capacity to withstand negative metabolic changes. In addition, high fat levels, low blood sugar levels, and the ketosis state itself seem to grant protection through anti-inflammatory and antioxidant processes, among a wide range of others. In particular, the anti-inflammatory effect of keto is particularly important in the management of convulsions and seizures within disorders like epilepsy. It is important to note that while there certainly has been evidence that keto slaps when it comes to your nerves and brain, everyone is different, and neurological disorders occur for a number of reasons. So don't expect it to make you immune to developing these disorders, or cure you if you have them. We all have our limits. As usual, get your doc on the phone to see how keto can enhance your treatment plan if you're excited to reap the benefits of keto right away. Polycystic ovary syndrome. Ladies, this section is for you. For those fortunate souls that don't know what polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, is, it is a hormonal disorder that affects women between the ages of 15 and 44 and causes enlarged ovaries with cysts on the outer edges. It is characterized by a failure to release eggs regularly, in addition to sporadic or extended periods, and/or excess male hormones. Symptoms of PCOS include obesity, excessive body and facial hair growth, acne, thinning hair or head, skin darkening, skin tags, and fertility struggles. To top off this troll of a disorder, researchers aren't entirely sure what causes it, but believe that high levels of insulin, the overproduction of male hormones, low-grade inflammation, and genetics may all play a role in its development. Once again, keto is doing all the things. In several studies, keto has shown demonstratively positive effects on those with PCOS, as it serves to reduce weight effectively, which is important for balancing hormone levels to normalize periods, in addition to improving insulin sensitivity, balance blood sugar levels, improve glycemic control, and increase insulin sensitivity, which is greatly beneficial as high levels of insulin is a key factor in the cause of PCOS's development. Reduce male hormones, which are significant contributors to the development of PCOS. Reduce inflammation within the body, once again targeting another key factor in PCOS development. And decrease bad fats and increase good fats, which are essential in the formation and balance of hormones, the imbalance of which is detrimental to PCOS. On top of all this, some studies have even suggested that keto may be a valuable tool to aid those struggling with fertility and may allow some women to reduce their use of harsh fertility treatments. So sis, if you have this nasty disorder, do yourself a favor and let keto give you a win. Once again, don't be sus and hide this from your doctor. Sharing is caring. Cancer, preventive and supportive effects. The last on the list of benefits from keto is none other than the big C. Yes, you heard right. Keto has been shown to assist in both preventing cancer in those without it and supporting the treatment of those suffering from it. How does this work? Well, first things first, let's unpack the various factors that go into the development and subsequent growth of cancer. One of these factors is that cancer thrives on glucose, blood sugar, and to a lesser extent, glutamine, an amino acid that is used in the creation of protein in your body. Another factor is that inflammation in the body encourages the development and growth of cancer and tumors. To add to this, high levels of both insulin and blood sugar aid the growth of cancer, in addition to promoting deadlier, faster growing, and more stubborn forms of cancer that show great resistance to cancer treatment. Several studies have found that the keto diet can assist in all of these factors for both prevention and cancer treatment support in the following ways. Keto effectively restricts cancerous cells' access to their preferred source of fuel through the body's adjusted energy process of ketosis that replaces glucose from carbohydrates with ketone bodies. The keto diet has demonstrated a significant anti-inflammatory effect on the body, which serves to prevent the growth and spreading of cancer and assists in the positive response to cancer treatments. Keto also reduces the level of insulin in the body, along with the aforementioned reduction in blood sugar, which serves to prevent and reduce the growth of deadlier, faster-growing forms of treatment-resistant cancer. Faster-growing forms of treatment-resistant cancer. Keto has also been found to balance the genetic expressions of different proteins and factors, which, together with the above points, boosts cancer treatments and assists in protecting healthy cells. We can say with some certainty that the keto diet takes the award of CEO of Dietary Health with this last entry. As usual, if you are suffering from cancer and wish to support your health with this diet, please keep your healthcare providers in the loop. In summary, for those of you who don't feel like getting into the nitty-gritty of why the keto diet is too legit to quit, we've summarized the benefits you can expect when following the keto diet. Weight loss, better appetite control, no more being hangry, and increased fat burning. Better blood sugar control, potential prevention of developing diabetes, and improved management of type 2 diabetes for sufferers. A slowing down of the aging of the skin and assistance in acne management. Protection of your brain and nerves from damage, degeneration, and dysfunction, and assistance in managing neurological and neurodegenerative disorders such as epilepsy and Parkinson's disease. Potential prevention of the development of polycystic ovary syndrome and great support in its treatment for those suffering from it. And potential prevention of the development of cancer and support in the treatment and management of it in those suffering from cancer. Chapter 3. How to Slay Your Keto Diet. All right, fam. Now it's time to move on to the exciting part. Getting you started on the keto journey with super easy instructions and a hella tasty way of setting up your meals. Boring salads and steamed kale? Bye, Felicia. We're not here for that. Get ready for your first steps into the bussin' keto life, where flavor is the name of the game. The basics of keto. So, where do you start? The first thing you'll need to learn is how to calculate your macros. Remember that carbohydrates, fats, and proteins ratio we talked about earlier? And the type of keto diet you are going to follow. Let's start with the standard keto diet. As we learned earlier, the standard keto diet requires a ratio of 75% of calories coming from fat, 20% from protein, and 5% from carbs. So how does this translate to your meals in real life? A slightly easier way to translate this to what's on your plate is to use the following amounts. 50 grams, 1.8 ounces or less of carbohydrates, at least 20 grams or 0.7 ounces, but preferably 40 grams or 1.4 ounces per day. 40 to 60 grams or 1.4 to 2.1 ounces of protein. 46 grams or 1.6 ounces for women, and 56 grams or 1.97 ounces for men per day. And no specific amount or limit on fat. With regards to the protein, the above are very generalized numbers, so they may not be suitable for you specifically. To work out your recommended amount of protein a little more accurately, you can multiply your weight in kilograms. Divide by 2.2 from pounds to get kilograms, by 0.8 grams. Then times by 2.2 again to get the total amount in pounds if you so desire. Believe it or not, there is no such thing as too much protein. So for those protein fiends out there, you can work out your safe maximum amount of protein per day by multiplying 2.5 grams by your body weight in kilograms, or multiplying 1.14 grams per pound of body weight. If you're tempted to go all out, just be aware that too much protein can cause kidney stones. Yikes. And other even nastier things. So please try to be safe, y'all. When it comes to fats, one of the biggest concerns and most common suggestions is to watch your sources of fat. For better heart health and cholesterol, it is better to try to choose unsaturated fats from plant-based sources as much as possible. This would be your avocado, nuts, seeds, olives, fatty fish, and plant-based oils. That doesn't mean it should be your only source of fat. By all means, enjoy the delicious sources of saturated and trans fats like cream, bacon, sausage, and glorious cheese. But try to at least balance them out and have a higher ratio of unsaturated fats. The last food group that we need to have a real talk about is fruits and vegetables. What often happens when people go on any kind of diet is that they go hard on one specific area, in this case, carbs, and push everything else to the side. Now listen carefully. Y'all need fruits and vegetables for the nutrients they provide. Vitamins and minerals are the basics of good nutrition that will keep you healthy and disease-free. The keto diet is not an excuse to have cheese-wrapped bacon balls dunked in butter and chased with fresh cream daily and forever ghost those leafy greens. A great way to ensure that you're getting enough nutrients is to try to get a rainbow on your plate. The more colors of veggies on your plate, the better. So, how do you know how many carbs, protein, or fat are in a meal or specific foods? Here, food labels and the internet are your friend. In many countries, food labels are pretty standard for most food. But if you're locking eyes with that watermelon or broccoli in the fresh food section, your best bet would be the internet. A simple way to find the information you're looking for would be to search for macros in watermelon or broccoli, food you want to eat, and this will usually bring up a detailed list of macros that include the carb, protein, and fat content, along with other nutritional information such as calories and water content. On sauces, condiments, and other items with more than one ingredient, food labels will be the best source of information. A broad list of foods that you should avoid includes grains and starches such as bread, potatoes, rice, cereal, pasta, etc. Beans and legumes. Some fruits. Best to check for each individual fruit. Berries are usually fine. Sugar and sugary foods like candy, milk chocolate, cake, soda drinks, all the good stuff. Sweet alcohol, wines and beer, and some condiments and sauces. Best again to check on a case-by-case basis. A broad list of foods that you should enjoy includes meat such as chicken, lamb, pork, fish, etc. Eggs, vegetables. Double check your veggies as some can have a high carb content. Dairy, including milk, cream, yogurt, butter, cheese, etc. Nuts and seeds. Distilled alcohol such as vodka, whiskey, and tequila. And healthy plant-based oils like olive oil, avocado oil, etc. This is, by no means, an exhaustive list, so do ensure that you check each food before you put it into your shopping cart. The reason that it is often better to check each food beforehand instead of strictly sticking to a list of banned and allowed foods is that it gives you the freedom to choose where you get your macros from. If there's a vegetable that has high carbs but still fits into your daily macro ratios, you get it, G. As long as you stay within the above ratios for the day, you're golden. A key component of a sustainable diet is that it is easy to stick to, and putting that power in your hands to decide is a great way to do that. All of the above will apply regardless of the type of keto diet you choose, with the exception in some cases of the ratios. The information in Chapter 1 will provide enough deets on the various types for you to apply the differences in your chosen version to this guide and the tasty recipes that follow. Now that you know what to look for, how do you keep track of it all? Well, there are various ways to keep track. A notebook if you're old school, notes on your phone if you're a little more tech-savvy, and for those that don't like writing it all out and just want a one-stop system with very little labor, there are apps built for this very purpose. Some of these apps even have a barcode scanner that will insta-fill all the nutritional information and macros straight into the app. No frenzied typing required. For those keeping more manual notes, a common and easy way to keep track is to get a shiny new journal, and then when mealtime comes, add up all your macros for each food component and write the totals down for the meal before or after you eat. To make life a little easier for you, a sample meal plan has been provided below. Please don't just use these meals for the rest of your life. This is just an example of what you can do. Day 1. Breakfast. Ham, mushroom, bell pepper, onion, and tomato omelet. Lunch. Salmon, green beans, carrots, and asparagus with lemon butter sauce. Dinner. Meatballs and zucchini noodles with rich tomato sauce. Day 2. Breakfast. Strawberries, nuts, seeds, and Greek yogurt. Lunch. Chicken breast with Greek salad. Dinner. Chicken a la king with cauliflower rice. Day 3. Breakfast. Keto pancakes with blueberries, cream cheese, and keto syrup. Lunch. Chicken and vegetable stir-fry with vegetable noodles. Dinner. Spicy sausage and mixed vegetable skillet bake. Day 4. Breakfast. Bacon and avocado frittata. Lunch. Fish taco bowl. Dinner. Pork chops with cabbage slaw and carrots. Day 5. Breakfast. Mexican omelet roll-up. Lunch. Ham, cheese, and mixed vegetable cabbage salad. Dinner. Spaghetti squash carbonara. So, now that you have an idea of what a meal plan might look like, I know what you're thinking. Where are the snacks? We got your back. The list below is not exhaustive. It's often best to put on your thinking cap and experiment to find the best snacks that suit your specific taste and preferences. But this is a good start. Some great keto snacks include beef jerky, olives, avocado, cheese blocks like feta, cheddar, mozzarella, you do you, boo, nuts, seeds, berries, veggie sticks, celery, pepper, carrot, cucumber with hummus or guac, boiled eggs with seasoning, 90% dark chocolate, Greek yogurt with fruit or nut butter, and keto seed crackers. This may all sound hella overwhelming at first, but the best way to begin is to start simple. For each meal, pick a protein, chicken for example. Pick 2 to 3 veggies, zucchini, carrot, and mushrooms. Remember that rainbow. And then add a fat to that, such as cheese. And just like that, you have a meal. The more comfortable you get, the more you can add. Before you know it, you'll be getting bougie with the fancy ingredients and wowing your dinner guests. If your usual diet is very high in carbohydrates, a slightly more gentle way to start keto would be to start reducing your carbs gradually. Start with sugar, then the next week cut out bread, the following week cut out potatoes, the following week rice, and so on, until you have gradually reduced your carbs completely. This might help in preventing a major shock to your body by cutting it all out at once, but do note that this won't result in weight loss and ketosis as quickly. Tips and tricks to get started. Now that you are up to speed on the basics of keto, we can tackle the nitty-gritty of how keto can fit into your daily life with as little stress and drama as possible. If that whole counting macros before every meal process sounded time-consuming, that's because it is. But it doesn't need to be. For most people on keto, meal prep and planning is the name of the game. You'll need to take an hour or two out of a free day, a weekend if you work a 9 to 5, to sit down and plan what meals you'll be making for the week. If you're planning to cook every day of the week, then your plan needs to include each meal for all 7 days, along with a grocery list of all the ingredients that you'll need to buy. A great way to get everything done at once is to include the macros of each ingredient on this grocery list, so you can easily work out your macros for each meal once you've decided on everything you'd like to make. Once all ingredients are laid out, ensure that each meal has its macros clearly displayed next to it, and either pre-enter it into your app, write it in your journal, or type it into the notes on your phone for each corresponding day. This means that you need only glance at this app, journal, or list at any given time to know what your totals are for the day. This allows you the freedom to decide quickly and decisively if certain snacks or additions will fit into your daily macros or not. Look who's the CEO of Keto now! It's you, sis! Once all the meal and ingredient planning is done, decide which day you'll go shopping for these ingredients, and remember to take your list along. Having a set grocery list beforehand shortens your shopping time and also often helps to keep you more disciplined when it comes to the sweets and treats aisle, especially if you make a rule to only get what's on the list. The last step in this process is food prep. Waiting for the morning to make lunch is sure to end in drama and tears. A great way to cut your time making food is to pre-prepare your food where possible. For lunches, for example, you can set up those beloved Tupperwares and get cooking for those Monday to Friday lunches on a Sunday. So by the end of the weekend, all your work lunches, and maybe bays too, are stacked and ready for you in the fridge. If you don't have too much time to make breakfast, you could prepare keto overnight oats, not really oats, or egg cups the night before, so you can either sit down and enjoy it as soon as you wake up, or grab it along with your lunch to enjoy at work. Dinner is usually the meal that we have the most time to prepare after work, but there's no reason you can't pre-prepare those too if it makes your life easier. Just remember to keep in mind how long your proteins will stay fresh, as chicken, pork, and fish need to be eaten as close to their buying time as possible, while red meats can usually sit in the fridge a little longer. With preparing your food in advance, it is very important to keep an eye on those use-by dates with all your ingredients, as it can be easy to forget or overlook spoiled food when you're in a rush or aren't paying complete attention. If meal prep is just not for you and you'd rather starve than cook for yourself, Don't even trip. There are a whole host of meal delivery services that cater specifically to keto diets and will simply deliver fresh or frozen meals, which you just need to heat up and enjoy. If you don't mind cooking but can't bring yourself to plan your meals, there are services available that are becoming increasingly popular, which will deliver fresh ingredients with detailed keto recipes straight to your door. An important fact to remember is that you are not alone. We are here with you, and there is an entire internet full of sites, blogs, groups, and individuals that are at your disposal. If you are dying for fudge or some other forbidden food, there is a high likelihood that someone out there has a recipe for a keto version of that food. If you don't feel like making a meal plan, there are dozens for you to use online. The world is your oyster. Don't be afraid to explore. Addressing the elephant in the room, where restaurants, takeaways, and going out are concerned, you don't need to shut yourself away, never go out again, or only order the saddest salad on the menu. Like with everything else, preparation is your friend. Looking at a menu before you even get in the car gives you the time and space to do your research without stress and find an option that is bussin' and keto-friendly. Having said that, it's important to remember that you are human and that you are also allowed to have cheat days where you get to have exactly what you want, diet be damned, for the day. While having those cheats too often and knocking yourself out of ketosis is definitely not what you're looking to do, the occasional pasta meal, rice bowl, sushi, pizza, or favorite meal is not the end of the world, especially on special occasions. Along the same lines, if you make a mistake and cave when your visit suddenly turns into a pizza night you weren't prepared for, don't drag yourself over it. Mistakes happen, and it's how you handle them that will determine what a difference they make. If a mistake puts you into a bad headspace where you beat yourself up for it, it's all too easy to get into the mindset of, I already messed up and completely ruined my diet, so I may as well mess up some more. If you forgive yourself, enjoy your indulgence, and move on, you'll be more likely to adhere a little more strictly to your diet going forward. Another important tip when it comes to starting your keto journey is to remove temptation. By that, I mean remove all carby foods that you know you'll be tempted by from your cupboards. There's no need to start your diet with donuts, crunchy bread rolls, and cookies staring you in the face day in and day out. If you share the house with people that have not joined you in keto, boo, then consider asking them if they can store their high-carb treats in a different cupboard from the one that you need to use daily, so the temptation is less and the beginning stages aren't so tricky. A good way to combat the initial cravings is to ensure that you have enough keto snacks and treats on hand to discourage you from reaching for the potato chips or chocolate bars. Ensure that your treats available will satisfy both a sweet and savory craving to be prepared for all eventualities. Now that you're all prepared, a common question is, how do you know when you're doing it right and you've entered into ketosis? If you'd like confirmation before you start seeing the positive effects in the earlier stages, you can purchase ketone strips from a pharmacy. These urine strips will allow you to see if you're in ketosis quickly, but there has been some feedback that they aren't always entirely accurate once your body becomes more efficient at using the ketones for energy. A more accurate but expensive way to check up on your progress is to use a glucose meter, which measures your levels of circulating blood sugar. If you're moving into ketosis, your reading should be consistently lower. Embarking on a keto diet from a diet high in carbs may initially lead to some nutrient imbalances, so it is usually a good idea to pick a good full-spectrum multivitamin to assist you in combating those imbalances right from the beginning before you get any side effects or discomfort. Now that you have all the information you need to slay your keto diet right from the beginning, it's time to let the good times roll. Chapter 4: Spilling the Tea on Risks. Now that you're fully prepared and excited for everything Gucci about keto, it's time to spill the tea on the risks. Most of these risks can be avoided with a little mindfulness, but there are some people for which the keto diet is an absolute no-no. So, let's get down to the business of giving you all the information you need to live your best keto life free of risks. Constipation. Constipation, difficulty or inability to pass stool, is quite common on the keto diet because the carbohydrate food group is high in dietary fiber and, as a result, is most people's largest source of it. As a rule, women should eat between 21 to 25 grams of fiber daily, while men should consume 30 to 38 grams in order for their digestive system to function properly. Not only is constipation uncomfortable and sometimes painful, but in the long term, it can lead to some other nasty problems like hemorrhoids, bowel impaction, bowel prolapse, and eventually even sepsis and cancer. Big yikes. Fiber is actually a main character when it comes to your health, but what is it exactly? Fiber is made up of the parts of plants that your body can't break down and absorb, and therefore moves through your digestive system relatively intact, which is how it serves in aiding the movement of food waste along with it. There are two types of fiber: soluble, which means it can be dissolved in water, and insoluble, which can't be dissolved in water. Common sources of soluble fiber include peas, beans, carrots, and psyllium, among others. And sources of insoluble fiber include nuts, cauliflower, dark leafy greens, and blackberries. Both types are required for good bowel health, so a wide variety of fiber sources are recommended. A few of fiber's roles in your body include regulating your bowel movements, allowing waste to move through your digestive tract quickly and smoothly. Maintaining bowel health by actively preventing pouches in the colon that can cause infection and complications within the bowels, hemorrhoids and diverticulitis, in addition to potentially lowering the risk of colon cancer. Lowers cholesterol levels through the reduction in bad cholesterol and potentially reduces blood pressure and inflammation in the body. Aids in the control of blood sugar levels, as it slows the body's absorption of glucose, which serves to balance blood sugar levels. High-fiber foods tend to keep you fuller for longer, so you eat less, which assists in weight loss and weight management. Fiber, like protein, carbs, and fat, is often on listed food labels and easy to look up. Common sources of fiber within the keto diet include nuts, seeds, leafy greens, avocado, psyllium husk, flaxseed, green beans, artichokes, and asparagus. Getting your fiber from food sources with other nutrients is first prize. But if you still struggle to meet your daily fiber goals, there are fiber supplements of both varieties, but do use them with care, as too much of the wrong type of fiber when you're not sure which type of fiber you lack may actually cause constipation, the opposite results you're looking for. Try to include your fiber goal when working out your macros to ensure that your fiber is also accounted for in your daily meals. Additionally, water is also important in keeping your digestion working the way it should, so make sure you're taking in enough of that H2O. Keto flu. Those first starting the keto diet are also at risk of experiencing the keto flu. This ailment is a lot less serious than it sounds, as there's no actual flu or infection involved. In reality, it's just a collection of symptoms that sometimes occur when people start going into ketosis for the first time. and is thought to be the body's reaction to the drastic change in fuel source and how energy is generated. Some believe that the keto flu has to do with the increased amount of electrolytes, mainly sodium, potassium, and magnesium, excreted from the body as carb intake is decreased, which may lead to dehydration and electrolyte imbalance that can account for some of the symptoms of keto flu. It's important to note that not everyone who goes onto a keto diet experiences this, so it's not an inevitable part of starting the diet. Some of the symptoms reported as part of the keto flu include headaches, dizziness, nausea, constipation, weakness, muscle cramps, diarrhea, muscle soreness, irritability, stomach pain, poor concentration, sugar cravings, and insomnia or difficulty sleeping. Now, before you get triggered and run off with your arms flailing, this is a full list of symptoms compiled from a large group of people that have experienced them, which means that, should you experience the keto flu, you will not necessarily experience all of the above symptoms, but might experience 3 to 5 of them. The severity of these symptoms also varies from person to person, so don't panic if they are milder or more severe than you were expecting. Even if you do experience the keto flu, there are some ways to assist in reducing or avoiding certain symptoms, and, in the case of the more stubborn symptoms, the keto flu should only last a few weeks at most, but usually passes within as little as a few days or a single week. A great way to avoid some of the symptoms of the keto flu is to prevent dehydration by drinking plenty of water. Keto will initially cause you to lose water stores in your body, as the stored form of carbohydrates called glycogen is the molecule that binds to water in the body. So when you consume fewer carbohydrates, your glycogen levels are drastically reduced and water is removed from the body. Experts recommend drinking around 2 liters or 67 ounces of water per day. Staying hydrated will help muscle cramps, constipation, headaches, fatigue, and muscle cramping caused by dehydration. In the case of diarrhea, it will be especially important as it will help replace the additional fluids that are being lost. In the same WhatsApp group, you must also take in more electrolytes in the form of potassium, magnesium, and sodium. When your blood sugar level decreases, it causes your kidneys to excrete sodium from the body, which in turn affects your water balance. Go figure. One way of including these minerals is through the addition of salt, or sodium, to your food. Although don't go too overboard, as your blood pressure will not thank you for it. To get enough magnesium and potassium, consume mineral-rich foods like green leafy vegetables, avocados, Brussels sprouts, pumpkin seeds, and fatty fish. If you need the extra boost, there are some handy supplements to help you get enough of these minerals. Taking in enough of these minerals will assist with muscle cramps, insomnia, and sleep disturbances, as well as headaches induced by an electrolyte imbalance. Another great method of kicking these symptoms' butts is getting enough sleep. Sleep difficulties and negative changes are common side effects of the keto flu, and a lack of sleep makes them even worse due to an increase in the stress hormone, cortisol. This can sometimes be easier said than done, but there are some ways that you can make good, regular sleep a little more accessible. Limit screen time 30 to 60 minutes before going to bed, as blue light from screens has shown to have a negative effect on the hormones that allow you to drift off peacefully. Avoid caffeine 2 to 3 hours before going to bed, as it is a stimulant and will likely make it more difficult to go to sleep. Have a warm bath or shower and pair this with a comforting, warm, caffeine-free drink, if possible, as both have been shown to assist in sleep. Have a set bedtime routine and try to go to sleep at roughly the same time every night. Your body starts to learn and anticipate these routines, which help in allowing your body to naturally wind down when it's time for bed. Something that can make the keto flu worse is overly strenuous exercise. As your body adjusts to the new fuel source, the keto flu can respond with muscle cramps and soreness, fatigue, and uncomfortable stomach symptoms. If you're experiencing these symptoms, it is usually best to switch to a less strenuous exercise until they have improved, as this will allow your body to adjust more easily to ketosis. Think gentle cycling, a comfortable and leisurely walk, or more stretch-based exercises like Pilates and yoga. The keto flu can be irritating, but the important thing is not to trip. Remember, it is temporary, and stick to the above measures to keep those symptoms at bay as much as possible. That being said, if those symptoms hang around like a clingy ex after a few weeks, please do hit up your doctor. Kidney stones. Kidney stones are a little more of a downer in terms of possible risks, as it is more dangerous and painful than the others. First off, what are kidney stones? These nasty things are hard masses formed in your kidneys that are made of minerals and salt. These masses can affect any part of your urinary system, including your kidney and bladder. Getting rid of your kidney stones is usually a case of letting them pass through your urinary system, which is a truly painful experience. Catching it early means that pain medication and a lot of water may be the only things required to pass it. But if it causes a blockage at some point in your urinary system, surgery is required. Common symptoms of kidney stones include extreme pain in your back, lower ribs, or side that may move around or radiate to other areas, such as the groin and abdomen. This pain may gradually increase in intensity or come and go. This is sometimes accompanied by a burning sensation when urinating, bad-smelling urine, cloudy or discolored urine, like brown, pink, or red, difficulty urinating, consistent need to urinate, urinating in small amounts, fever, nausea, and vomiting. Definitely doesn't sound like a good time, huh? As the keto diet tends to be high in animal protein, it can cause acidity in your urine and blood, which causes the body to release calcium in the urine, which may lead to the formation of kidney stones. Additionally, citrate, which is a great kidney stone preventing agent, is often lower within keto diets, as many fruits are limited, which happen to be great sources of citrate. Citrate works to prevent kidney stones by binding to calcium, preventing it from accumulating and turning into kidney stones. Other nutrients that are greatly helpful in preventing kidney stones are potassium and calcium. And as we've just discussed, ketosis can cause the excretion of electrolytes such as these, potentially causing a nutrient imbalance in addition to contributing to the formation of kidney stones. The last cause in this awful disease Jenga is the overconsumption of sodium. Yes, we know that we said you should increase your sodium to compensate for the electrolyte imbalance just a few pages ago. But unfortunately for those enthusiastic few, going overboard with the salt can also contribute to the formation of kidney stones. To avoid this painful risk, ensure that you get enough potassium and calcium in your diet by eating vegetables that are high in these minerals. Be careful with calcium supplements, as they may increase the risk of kidney stones, where naturally occurring calcium in food lowers this risk. Watch that salt. Ensure that your daily salt intake is always less than 2,300 milligrams, or 0.08 ounces. Drink lots of water daily, as this ensures that your urine remains diluted, which helps to prevent kidney stones. Concentrated urine is a one-way ticket to Pain Town. Remember that important citrate nutrient we mentioned? Consider asking your doctor or looking in your local pharmacy for a potassium citrate supplement to assist you in preventing kidney stones. For those unfortunate souls that have damaged kidneys or chronic kidney conditions, the keto diet is not for you. If you have a concern that the keto diet may not be suitable for you due to medical conditions, have a chat with your doctor. Nutritional deficiencies. Luckily, the risk of nutritional deficiencies is hella easy to avoid if you're careful about adopting a diet high in mixed vegetables. So, what nutrients are most commonly lacking within keto diets? This obviously varies greatly from person to person, but the deficiencies found and reported among those on the keto diet were vitamins A, C, D, a variety of B vitamins including folate, B9, biotin, B7, and thiamine, B1, selenium, choline, chromium, iodine, magnesium, iron, molybdenum, and phosphorus. This may seem like a whole lot of nutrients, but keep in mind that this varies depending on the type of food that you eat on the keto diet. If you're doing a dirty keto with very little fruit or vegetables and a lot of processed fat, the likelihood of nutrient deficiencies would be higher than those focusing on getting their daily dose of veggies and healthy fats. Don't do yourself dirty like that. To help you avoid nutritional deficiencies, you can find a list of sources for these nutrients and how much of each nutrient you should be consuming daily below. Vitamin A. Recommended daily amount, 900 micrograms for men and 700 micrograms for women. Sources include orange vegetables, spinach, kale, broccoli, salmon, eggs, beef liver, and cod liver oil. Vitamin C. Recommended daily amount, 65 to 90 milligrams. Sources include broccoli, peppers, spinach, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and lemons. Vitamin D. Recommended daily amount is 10 to 20 micrograms. Sources include eggs, tuna, liver, yogurt, sardines, cod liver oil, milk, mushrooms, and the sun. Thiamine, B1. Recommended daily amount, 1.2 milligrams for men and 1.1 milligrams for women. Sources include nuts, beef, liver, flaxseed, asparagus, chicken livers, and seafood. Biotin, B7. Recommended daily amount, 30 micrograms. Sources include avocado, nuts, seeds, egg yolks, liver, and seafood. Folate, B9. Recommended daily amount, 400 micrograms. Sources include asparagus, Brussels sprouts, avocado, spinach, broccoli, liver, kale, salmon, and crab. Selenium. Recommended daily amount, 55 micrograms. Sources include Brazil nuts, yellowfin tuna, seeds, and mushrooms. Choline. Recommended daily amount, 425 milligrams for women and 550 milligrams for men. Sources include eggs, fish, meat, poultry, and liver. Chromium. Recommended daily amount is 35 micrograms for men and 25 micrograms for women. Sources include broccoli, green beans, meat, and tomato juice. Iodine. Recommended daily amount, 140 micrograms. Sources include seaweed, seafood, eggs, and dairy. Magnesium. Recommended daily amount, 400 to 420 milligrams for men and 310 to 320 milligrams for women. Sources include spinach, peanuts, cashews, almonds, avocado, yogurt, black beans, soybeans, pumpkin seeds, and flaxseed. Iron. Recommended daily amount: 8.7 milligrams for men and 14.8 milligrams for women. Sources include red meat, liver, seafood, spinach, organ meat, shellfish, and soybeans. Molybdenum. Recommended daily amount: 45 micrograms. Sources include nuts, beans, peas, eggs, and leafy greens. And phosphorus. Recommended daily amount: 800 to 1200 milligrams. Sources include nuts, seeds, meat, beans, and seafood. While there's nothing wrong with using supplements if you are struggling to meet the daily requirements, you need to be careful that you don't end up taking in too much, as some vitamins and nutrients can be damaging or toxic at high levels. In particular, it's recommended to stay away from supplements for any fat-soluble vitamins without input from your doctor, namely vitamins A, D, E, and K, as these don't get excreted through your urinary system, but stay in the body rent-free and accumulate. The audacity! Nutrients from food are usually best, but if you are eating a varied diet and still feel that you may have a deficiency, hit up your doctor to do some tests to see which nutrients you are deficient in, and then ask for recommendations as to the best supplements. Not all of them are created equal, fam. So, how do you know if you have a nutritional deficiency? Many people aren't even aware that they are deficient, as symptoms are varied, far-ranging, and greatly depend on the nutrient you are lacking. Symptoms such as headaches, brain fog, fatigue, gum disease, poor healing, water retention, skin irritation, frequent infections, muscle weakness, constipation, and so much more are possible from different types of nutritional deficiencies, so you can see why it's not immediately apparent. This is why it's important to let your doctor know when you're starting a new diet, so they can pinpoint a possible deficiency if you start showing symptoms soon afterward. Keep your people in the loop. Low blood sugar. Hold up. Didn't we just establish that low blood sugar is something we want? Well, yes and no. Generally, lower blood sugar levels and greater control of blood sugar levels is certainly Gucci. However, having levels of blood sugar that are too low can actually be dangerous. Also known as hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar can be very serious. As left untreated, it can lead to loss of consciousness, seizures, as well as death. This condition ain't playin'. Blood sugar levels are considered to be within the hypoglycemic range when your fasting blood sugar when you haven't eaten, is 70 milligrams per deciliter or 3.9 millimoles per liter or less. You or your doctor can quickly measure your blood sugar levels using a glucometer, but usually, only those with diabetes have such a device at home. Common symptoms of hypoglycemia include sweating, pale skin, shakiness, tachycardia, fast heartbeat, anxiety, restlessness or irritability, hunger, and tingling of the face, specifically the mouth, tongue, and/or cheeks. When it starts to become more serious, you may experience blurred vision, confusion, seizures, behavior out of the ordinary, and/or loss of consciousness. Treating hypoglycemia involves quickly increasing your blood sugar through medication or high-sugar food or drinks. Those with type 1 diabetes are the most at risk for this as far as the keto diet is concerned, which is why it is not recommended in these cases. If you have diabetes, particularly type 1, and you are hell-bent on starting a keto diet, please do ensure that your healthcare professionals are in on your plan, as they can advise you on the safest way to do it. If you don't have diabetes, eating enough calories daily in addition to eating frequently enough throughout the day don't make your gaps between meals too big. Then you should be able to avoid this particular risk. As always, if you feel strange or experience any of the above symptoms, call your doctor right away. To summarize, the keto diet is fire for many people, but even for those that have good health and no chronic conditions, it can certainly present some risks. Most of these risks can be avoided or controlled by following the easy guidelines helpfully provided above. Y'all are welcome, fam. However, there are a certain group of people with certain conditions that should not ever follow a keto diet. These conditions include porphyria, pyruvate carboxylase deficiency, pancreatitis, liver failure, primary carnitine deficiency, carnitine palmitoyltransferase deficiency, carnitine translocase deficiency, pyruvate kinase deficiency, and fat metabolism disorders. If you don't have any of the conditions above, feel free to carefully plunge headlong into the tasty wonders of the keto diet. Chapter 5. The Dankest Keto Recipes. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The epic reveal of the dankest keto recipes to tantalize your taste buds. We've got breakfast. We've got epic lunches. We've got delicious dinners, tasty snacks, and keto desserts galore. We have divided all the keto recipes you could need into the categories of breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and desserts. This doesn't mean that you can't use a dinner recipe for lunch or even a dessert recipe for breakfast. Use these recipes as you please. If you are vegetarian, vegan, or you suffer from food allergies, you can swap in some of the ingredients for appropriate substitutes. For example, swap peanut butter for nut butter or cow's milk for almond milk. Breakfast. Keto Berry Breakfast Smoothie. Ingredients: 1 cup full cream milk or almond milk, 1 tablespoon chia seeds, 1 tablespoon mixed seeds, 100 milliliters or 3.3 ounces full cream strawberry yogurt, 5 frozen strawberries, 1 to 2 teaspoons of keto sweetener of your choice to taste, and 4 to 6 blocks of ice, depending on how icy you like your smoothies. Directions: 1. Add all your ingredients into a blender and pulse until thoroughly combined. 2. Pour it into a glass. And 3. It's as easy as that. Enjoy. Breakfast Nut Butter Smoothie. Ingredients: 1 cup full cream milk or almond milk, 1 tablespoon chia seeds, 1 tablespoon mixed seeds, 1 tablespoon cacao nibs, 2 tablespoons almond butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla essence, 1 to 2 teaspoons of keto sweetener of your choice to taste, and 4 to 6 blocks of ice. Directions: 1. Add all your ingredients into a blender and pulse until thoroughly combined. 2. Pour into a glass. 3. It's as easy as that. Enjoy. Cheesy Bacon Veggie Omelet. Ingredients: 2 large eggs, 10 milliliters or 0.33 ounces of full cream milk, 30 grams or 1 ounce of grated cheddar cheese, 60 grams or 2 ounces of bacon, diced, 1/4 onion, diced. 5 small mushrooms, diced. 1 tablespoon chives. 1/4 pepper, diced. 5 cherry tomatoes, halved. And 1/4 avocado, cubed. Directions. 1. Lay out and prepare your ingredients. 2. In a medium pan, sauté the onion, peppers, mushrooms, bacon, and cherry tomatoes until the bacon is cooked through. Crispy if that's how you like it, and the vegetables are soft. 3. Whisk the eggs and milk together with 2 pinches of salt until well combined. 4. Remove your vegetables and bacon from the pan. 5. Wipe your pan and add a tablespoon of butter or olive oil to coat the pan, or alternatively, use a non-stick pan if you're lucky enough to have one, and add half the amount. 6. Add your egg and swirl it around the pan until it coats the bottom. 7. If it splashes up onto the sides of the pan, push it down with your spatula. 8. Swirl the egg until it has completely coated the pan and has solidified so it cannot swirl anymore. 9. Add your bacon and vegetable mixture along with your cheese and chives onto half of the egg base and spread it evenly if possible. 10. Let the cheese melt. 11. Add your avocado cubes. 12. Gently fold the plain side of the omelet over and slide it out of the pan onto your plate. 13. Season with salt and pepper to taste. 14. Enjoy with a bussin' keto coffee or cup of tea. Keto berry flapjacks. Ingredients: 2 cups of almond flour, 60 grams or 2 ounces of cream cheese, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon water, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 to 2 tablespoons keto sweetener, depending on how sweet you like them. Sweetness equivalent to 2 tablespoons of regular sugar. 1/2 cup fresh or frozen blueberries, cream or butter, and keto syrup. Directions. 1. Add all ingredients except for the blueberries, cream, butter, and syrup to a blender and blend until the mixture becomes a batter-like consistency. If it's too runny, add some more almond flour. 2. Add your blueberries to the batter. 3. Let the batter sit for 2 minutes. A good time to wipe the counters and remove the blender blade for cleaning, if your blender has one. 4. Heat a medium to large pan to medium heat. A non-stick pan if possible, otherwise add a little butter to the pan. 5. Pour the size flapjacks that you would like. 3 to 4 tablespoons worth of batter for big fluffy ones. 6. Once your flapjacks have a few little air holes, flip them over. 7. Ensure both sides are brown to your liking. 8. Remove and repeat steps 5 to 7 until your flapjack batter is finished. 9. Enjoy with butter or cream and your keto syrup. Lunch. Fish taco bowl for 2. Ingredients: 2 white fish fillets, 1 avocado sliced, 50 grams or 2 ounces cherry tomatoes, halved, 1 jalapeno pepper, de-seeded and sliced, 1/2 bell pepper, sliced, 10 olives, pitted and halved, 125 grams or 4 ounces red cabbage, finely shredded, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1/2 cup of cauliflower rice, bought or homemade. 1 tablespoon of Tex-Mex seasoning. Lime to serve and to taste. And fresh cilantro to serve and to taste. For the dressing, 1 tablespoon lime juice. 1/4 cup mayonnaise. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. 1 teaspoon hot sauce. Optional for the spice averse. Salt and pepper to taste. Hint: half your ingredients for a meal serving for 1 person. Directions. 1. Lay out and prepare all your ingredients. 2. Coat your fish in olive oil and then season well with your Tex-Mex seasoning and then set aside. 3. If your cauliflower rice is not cooked, fry in a medium-sized pan on medium to high heat with olive oil or butter until tender, and then serve half into each of your serving bowls. 4. Divide your avocado, cherry tomatoes, peppers, olives, jalapeno slices, and red cabbage evenly between your 2 bowls of cauliflower rice, leaving a place in each for the fillets. 5. Heat a large pan over medium heat and then cook your seasoned fish fillets until browned and flaky. Around 3 minutes per side. 6. Add salt and pepper to your fish to taste. 7. Divide your fish fillets between your serving bowls. 8. Enjoy with lime and cilantro to taste. Ham and cheese veggie salad. Ingredients: 4 cups of finely shredded cabbage, 1/4 onion, finely diced, 1/2 cup of finely shredded carrot, 1 cup diced ham, 1 cup diced cheese, mozzarella, cheddar, whatever gets you going, 20 grams or 2 ounces chopped broccoli, 1/2 cup halved olives, 1/4 diced red pepper, 100 grams of keto mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons oregano, and 2 tablespoons lemon juice. Directions. 1. Lay out and prepare all your ingredients. 2. In a small mixing bowl, whisk your mayonnaise, lemon juice, oregano, and cayenne pepper. 3. Combine your cabbage, carrot, onion, ham, cheese, broccoli, olives, and red pepper in a large mixing bowl. 4. Cover your vegetable, ham, and cheese mixture with your dressing and mix until thoroughly coated. 5. Salt and pepper to taste. 6. If your dressing is too sweet, add more lemon juice. If it is too sour or tart, add more mayonnaise. And 7. Enjoy. Steak with strawberry spinach salad. Ingredients: 2 200 grams or 7-ounce filet or rump steak, 200 grams or 7 ounces of baby spinach, 100 grams or 4 ounces strawberries, sliced, 50 grams or 2 ounces feta cheese, cubed, 1/2 red onion, thinly sliced, 1 avocado, cubed, 2 tablespoons poppy seeds, 50 grams or 2 ounces pecans, lightly toasted, balsamic vinegar, and olive oil. Directions. 1. Lay out and prepare your ingredients. 2. Wash your baby spinach well and remove thick or long stems. 3. Combine your spinach, strawberries, feta cheese, red onion, pecans, and avocado together in a large bowl. 4. Sprinkle with poppy seeds and mix well. 5. Dress with balsamic vinegar and olive oil to taste. 6. Season your steaks liberally with salt and pepper. 7. Add olive oil to a large pan over high heat. 8. Once the pan is hot but not smoking, add your steaks to the pan and cook to your required amount of doneness, or 3 minutes equally for each side. 9. Serve your steak and salad onto the plate and enjoy. Delicious Keto Hamburger. Ingredients: 2 150 to 200 grams or 5 to 7 ounces beef hamburger patties, 2 thickly cut tomato slices, 20 grams of onion, thinly sliced, 1/2 avocado, sliced, 6 rashers of bacon, 2 to 4 slices of a cheese of your choice, 20 grams or 1 ounce chopped lettuce, 30 milliliters mayonnaise, lime juice, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon cayenne pepper. For your burger bun, you can use the below, or none at all as you please. Cauliflower buns, homemade or bought. Portobello mushrooms, roasted aubergine, roasted zucchini, or thick lettuce leaves. Directions: 1. Add some olive oil to a small pan and put on medium heat. 2. Caramelize your onions and then remove them from the pan. 3. Cook your bacon until crispy. 4. In a small mixing bowl, whisk your mayonnaise, a squeeze of lime juice, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper. 5. If you are using one, prepare your keto buns, roasting if necessary. 6. Heat a large pan on medium-high heat, add some olive oil, and cook your burger patties for 3 minutes on each side, or until your desired level of doneness, if you like your burgers rarer. 7. Place your burger patties on your keto buns, if you're using them, on a plate if you're not. 8. Layer your cheese, bacon, avocado slices, tomatoes, caramelized onion, and chopped lettuce on your plate or bun. 9. Smear your mayonnaise mixture on the other bun, or drizzle it over your burger. 10. Grab a knife and fork, or get ready to get messy with your hands and enjoy. Dinner. Keto Zucchini Alfredo. Ingredients: 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 cups of grated Parmesan, 2 cloves of garlic, crushed, 1 pack of diced bacon, 1/2 cup of butter, unsalted, 115 grams or 4 ounces full-fat cream cheese, 2 large or 4 medium zucchini, nutmeg, and white pepper. Directions: 1. Melt your butter in a medium pan over medium heat. 2. Add garlic and cook until softened. 3. Pour in your cream and cream cheese, stirring constantly. 4. Slowly add your cheese, continuing your stirring for around 7 minutes or until thick and well combined. 5. Stir in your white pepper, nutmeg, and salt to taste. 6. In a separate medium pan, cook your diced bacon on medium-high heat until crispy, and then add to your sauce. 7. Wash your zucchini and then use a spiralizer, peeler, or grater to turn your zucchini into spaghetti or fettuccine. 8. Sauté your zucchini noodles in a pan until tender, or place them in a microwave-safe dish and cook for 1 minute or until tender. 9. Add your zucchini noodles to a bowl and cover with your bacon bits and sauce. 10. Enjoy with a cheeky glass of keto wine. Minced stuffed peppers. Ingredients: 500 grams or 18 ounces beef mince, 1 large chopped onion, 2 400 grams or 14-ounce cans of chopped tomato, 4 large peppers, any colors, 2 garlic cloves, crushed, 1 beef stock cube, 10 grams or 0.35 ounces fresh basil leaves, stems removed, 100 grams grated cheese, cheddar or mozzarella or a mixture of both, and 2 tablespoons oregano. Directions: 1. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. Wash your peppers and cut the tops off. 3. Scoop out the seeds and white membranes, being careful not to split the pepper skins. 4. Place on a baking tray, season with salt, and roast for 20 minutes. 5. Heat a large pan on high heat with a drizzle of olive oil. 6. Add your onion and cook until soft. 7. Add the crushed garlic and mince and cook until the mince is browned. 8. Add the oregano, cans of chopped tomato, stock cube, and 10 to 20 milliliters or 0.33 to 0.66 ounces of water. 9. Stir well and season with salt and pepper to taste. 10. Simmer on medium heat for 30 minutes. 11. Once the peppers and mince are ready, spoon the mince into the peppers. 12. Top the mince with the grated cheese and put in the oven for 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted. 13. Garnish with basil leaves before serving and enjoy. Keto Chicken a la King. Ingredients: 4 cups of cooked chicken, 2 large chicken breasts worth, 250 grams or 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms, 1 cup heavy cream, 1/2 cup butter, salted, 1 cup pimentos, drained, 1 cup peas, 1 red pepper, 1 onion, diced, 1/2 cup chicken broth, 1 cup cheddar cheese, 1 clove of garlic, minced, and 1/2 head of cauliflower, riced, or 1 bag of store-bought cauliflower rice. Directions: 1. Lay out and prepare your ingredients. 2. Cook mushrooms, onion, garlic, peas, and peppers in butter until tender. 3. Season the chicken with salt and pepper. 4. Add the chicken to the mushroom mix and cook until well browned and cooked through. 5. Add the heavy cream, chicken broth, and cheddar cheese. 6. Cook until thickened and then stir in the pimentos. 7. In a large pan, sauté the cauliflower rice in butter or olive oil for 5 minutes or until tender. 8. Combine the sauce and cauliflower rice and enjoy. Spicy sausage and mixed vegetable bake. Ingredients: 600 grams or 17 ounces spicy sausage or chorizo, thickly sliced. 1 red onion, thickly sliced. 1 medium or 2 small zucchini, sliced into half moons. 2 cloves of garlic, peeled and minced. 1 small summer squash, peeled and sliced into half moons. 1 red pepper, sliced. 30 grams or 1 ounce mushrooms, halved or quartered. Try to match the other vegetables in size. 20 grams broccoli, washed and separated into florets. 1/4 head cauliflower, washed and separated into florets. 1 small eggplant, cut into chunks. 20 grams, or 0.7 ounces of green beans, ends trimmed and cut in half. 2 tablespoons butter. 40 grams feta cheese, cubed. 1 teaspoon Italian seasoning. And 1 teaspoon crushed red pepper. Directions. 1. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. Lay out and prepare your ingredients. 3. In a large casserole dish, add your sausage slices and vegetables and mix them thoroughly. 4. Melt your butter and pour over your vegetable and sausage mix. 5. Season the vegetables with salt, pepper, your Italian seasoning, and the crushed red pepper. 6. Place the dish in the oven and roast for 25 minutes, or until the vegetables are tender and cooked through. 7. Add your feta cheese before serving. And 8. Enjoy! Keto Chicken Stir Fry. Ingredients. 450 grams or 1 pound boneless, skinless chicken thighs, cubed. 2 cups broccoli florets. 2 cups sliced mushrooms. 1/2 pepper, sliced. 1 onion, diced. 2 cups green beans, ends trimmed and cut in half. 2 cups sugar snap peas. 2 cups baby corn. 1 cup carrots, sliced. 1 tablespoon minced ginger. 1 clove of garlic, minced. Sesame oil. 2 tablespoons sesame seeds. 30 grams or 1 ounce cashew nuts. 20 milliliters or 0.67 ounces soy sauce. 3 tablespoons butter. 200 grams zucchini noodles, homemade or bought, and 1 teaspoon red pepper flakes. Directions. 1. Heat a large pan or wok over medium-high heat and melt your butter. 2. Once hot but not smoking, add chicken, garlic, and ginger and cook until chicken is well browned. 3. Remove the chicken from the pan. 4. Add sesame oil to the pan and then add all the vegetables and mix well. 5. Fry for 3 to 5 minutes or until the vegetables are tender. 6. Add the chicken back to the pan and add the soy sauce and mix together well. 7. Simmer for 5 to 6 minutes. 8. Pan fry, boil, or microwave your zucchini noodles until tender. 9. Mix zucchini noodles into stir-fry mix. 10. Mix in cashew nuts and sprinkle with sesame seeds and red pepper flakes. 11. Serve and enjoy. Keto Eggplant Lasagna. Ingredients. 500 grams or 17 ounces beef mince. 1/2 onion, diced. 1/2 cup of beef stock. 1 large eggplant. 2 cloves of garlic, minced. 400 grams or 14 ounces crushed tomato. 200 grams or 7 ounces ricotta cheese. 1½ cups mozzarella cheese. 3 basil leaves, chopped. 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes. 1 egg. 1 cup Parmesan, grated. 1 teaspoon Italian seasoning. And 1 teaspoon oregano. Directions. 1. Preheat your oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. Lay out and prepare your ingredients. 3. Cut the eggplant lengthwise into thin sheets that resemble lasagna sheets, 3 millimeters thick. 4. Sprinkle salt over both sides of the eggplant slices and let them rest for 10 minutes. This draws out their moisture. 5. Remove excess moisture by patting them down with a kitchen towel. 6. Coat a large grilling pan in olive oil and heat over medium heat. 7. Grill the eggplant slices until grill marks appear or for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. 8. Remove the slices from the pan and set them aside in a separate dish. 9. Heat a large pan over medium heat and add a drizzle of olive oil. 10. When the pan is hot but not smoking, add your garlic and sauté until tender and translucent. 11. Add your beef mince and cook until mince is browned. 12. Add your crushed tomatoes, beef stock, basil, oregano, and red pepper flakes. 13. Stir well and then simmer for 15 minutes until the mince is cooked through. Add some water if the mixture becomes too dry. 14. In a medium bowl, beat the egg until well mixed. 15. Add your ricotta, 1 cup of mozzarella, 3/4 cup of Parmesan, and Italian seasoning, and mix until well combined. 16. In a 23 by 33 centimeter or 9 by 13 inch baking dish, layer your mince mixture evenly. 17. Layer your eggplant slices on top of the sauce, ensuring it is completely covered. 18. Add an even layer of your ricotta mixture to your eggplant slices. 19. Start the process again with the mince mixture until your ingredients are finished. 20. Try to end the process with a layer of mince. 21. Add the rest of your Parmesan and mozzarella on top of the mince mixture. 22. Bake for 30 to 45 minutes until the cheese is melted and well browned, but not burnt. 23. Remove from the oven and serve with fresh basil. 24. Enjoy with a glass of keto wine. Cashew and prawn keto curry. Ingredients: 400 grams raw prawns, shelled and deveined. 150 grams roasted unsalted cashew nuts. 400 grams chopped tomato. 1 onion, diced. 400 milliliters chicken stock. 150 milliliters plain yogurt. 50 milliliters thick cream. 4 cloves of garlic, minced. 2 chilies, de-seeded and chopped. 1 tablespoon butter. 1 stick of ginger, peeled and minced. 2 tablespoons garam masala. A handful of fresh coriander, leaves picked and stalks chopped. And cauliflower rice or zucchini noodles. Directions: 1. Heat your butter in a large pan on medium heat. 2. Create a paste with your onion, chilies, garlic, ginger, and coriander stalks with a mortar and pestle, blender, or food processor. 3. Add the paste to the pan and cook until soft before adding your garam masala. 4. Cook for 2 minutes until the aromas become more pungent. 5. Heat a small pan and then toast the cashews until browned. 6. Set half of the cashews aside and grind the other half with a blender or food processor or a mortar and pestle. 7. Add the powdered cashews, chopped tomatoes, and chicken stock to the paste in the first pan. 8. Bring the mixture to a boil and then cover with a lid. Lower the heat slightly and let simmer for 45 minutes. 9. Add your uncooked prawns and cook for 3 to 4 minutes until they turn pink and become tender. 10. Add thick cream and yogurt and mix well. 11. Add the last of the cashew nuts and the coriander leaves and stir well. 12. Prepare your cauliflower rice or zucchini noodles with your prepared cooking method. 13. Combine your curry with your cauli rice or zoodles and enjoy. Dessert. Keto chocolate cake. Ingredients: 3 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1½ cups of almond flour, 2 cups of coconut flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1/4 cup flaxseed meal, 1 teaspoon salt, 3/4 cup keto granulated sweetener, 1/2 cup softened butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 cup of full cream or almond milk, 1/3 cup strong coffee, and 4 eggs. For the cake icing, 3/4 cup heavy cream, 30 grams or 8 ounces cream cheese, softened, 3/4 cup keto granulated sweetener, 1/2 cup unsweetened cocoa, 1/2 cup butter, softened, 1/4 cup coconut flour, and 1/4 teaspoon coffee powder. Directions. 1. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. Grease a 2 by 20 centimeter or 8-inch tins with butter or cooking spray, or cover with parchment paper. 3. In a large mixing bowl, add cocoa powder, almond flour, coconut flour, baking powder, baking soda, flaxseed meal, and salt, and mix well. 4. In another large mixing bowl, beat your butter with your keto sweetener until light and fluffy. 5. Add your eggs to your butter mixture, one at a time while still beating. 6. Add your vanilla extract. 7. Add your dry ingredients and carefully fold to combine. 8. Stir in your milk and coffee. 9. Divide your batter between your 2 baking tins and put into the oven for 30 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. 10. Remove your cake and let it completely cool. 11. In a large mixing bowl, beat your butter and cream cheese together until smooth. 12. Add your coconut flour, cocoa, keto sweetener, and your coffee and mix together until smooth with no lumps. 13. Add a pinch of salt and your cream to your icing mixture and mix until combined. 14. Take 1 cake and apply a thick layer of icing to it. 15. Place your other cake on top of the icing. 16. Ice the top cake and then ice the sides. 17. Enjoy with a glass of milk. And 18. Store leftovers in the fridge. Keto chocolate fudge. Ingredients: 1/4 cup granulated keto sweetener, 1/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 cup solid coconut oil, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and a pinch of sea salt. Directions: line an 850 milliliter or 28-ounce rectangular container with parchment paper, such that it comes up over the sides. 2. Beat the coconut oil and sweetener together until well combined and fluffy. 3. Add the vanilla, cocoa powder, and sea salt, and then beat until combined. Don't overmix it. 4. Pour out the mixture into the prepared container and smooth the top carefully. 5. Place your container into your fridge for an hour or until solid. 6. Use a sharp knife to cut the edges of the parchment paper and then cut it into squares. 7. Store the fudge in the fridge, but allow it to warm to room temperature before serving it. Keto peanut butter balls. Ingredients: 1 cup peanut butter, 1 cup salted roasted peanuts, 1 cup keto sweetener, and 250 grams or 8 ounces keto chocolate chips. Directions: 1. Prepare a baking sheet with parchment paper. 2. Combine the peanut butter, peanuts, and sweetener until it forms a dough-like consistency. 3. Divide the dough into balls, around 18, and place on the baking sheet. 4. Place the dough into the fridge until completely cold. 5. Melt the chocolate chips in the microwave in 15-second intervals, stirring well between each session until fully melted. 6. Retrieve the peanut butter balls from the fridge and dip the balls one by one in the chocolate, coating each thoroughly. 7. Place the chocolate-covered peanut balls in the fridge until the chocolate is solid. 8. Enjoy whenever you need a keto snack. Keto mini cheesecake. Ingredients: for the cheesecake filling, 700 grams or 24 ounces of cream cheese, 1.5 tablespoons lemon juice, 1/2 cup of keto sweetener, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. For the crust, 1 egg, 1/4 cup granulated keto sweetener, 1.5 cups almond flour, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/4 cup melted butter. Directions: 1. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. Line a baking dish with parchment paper. 3. In a small mixing bowl, combine your egg, sweetener, almond flour, butter, and salt. 4. Transfer the mixture to your baking dish and spread it evenly. 5. Poke some holes in the crust with a toothpick or fork. 6. Place the baking dish into the oven and bake for 10 minutes or until the crust is browned. 7. In a large mixing bowl, add your lemon juice, cream cheese, sweetener, vanilla, and eggs, and mix well until smooth, preferably with a hand mixer. 8. Dollop your filling into your crust and tap the sides of the tin to let air bubbles escape. 9. Place back into the oven and bake for another 25 minutes. 10. Remove the cake from the oven and let it cool. 11. Remove it from the baking dish carefully and let it cool down completely in the fridge. Usually this takes several hours. 12. Cut into squares and serve. 13. Enjoy with a cup of coffee. Conclusion. Mic drop. That was some journey, wasn't it? And your keto journey has only just begun, fam. You've learned all you can from this guide, young Padawan. It's time for you to go forth and flex your newfound knowledge. That being said, feel free to go back and forth as you need and use this book as a keto Bible of sorts. If you're losing some willpower, go back and listen to those benefits to regain that hype. If you're experiencing some weird stuff medically, go back and have a good listen to those risks. And if you've forgotten some key points of how to get started or how to make it easier, you know where I am. If there's one thing that you need to remember above all, it's that all your nutritional needs are important. Don't go just prioritizing your carbs like your other needs aren't nothing. The biggest priority with any diet, and especially with a great diet like keto, is to take care of yourself fully. Get those vitamins and minerals and keep sipping on that water. You're worth it. After the first few weeks, you're going to find that food is going to hit differently. So enjoy it. Don't be impatient if you don't see all the benefits start rolling in from the first week. It's gonna happen for you. If you slip up a few times, don't drag yourself. You've got this, and a few mistakes aren't going to ruin the entire keto experience. Be kind to yourself. You're doing the damn thing. Lastly, if you enjoyed this absolute unit of a guide, be an OG and swipe right on this book. Reviews help to spread the word and allow others to enjoy the gift of keto. It also allows more guides like this to be made. So if you and your squad are hoping for a sequel, you know what to do. Peace out, homies.